authorized reseller and partner in the Philippines by Minitab Limited. We signed a MOA to be an accredited academic partner for the Singapore Institute of Multidisciplinary Professionals. Our managing consultant, Felix Baroya, is an elected board director for the Institute of Industrial and Systems Engineers, Operational Excellence Division, an international organization for industrial engineers. Also, we are connected and affiliated to the Association for Manufacturing Excellence, Australian region. And our managing consultant, Felix Baroya, is the current national president for the Philippine chapter. For innovation, we are affiliated to the International Association of Innovation Professionals, where Engineer Baroya is the current interim chairman of the Philippine chapter. This year, Alpha has been awarded by the Global Awards for Marketing and Business Excellence, as Best Skills Development Program Provider, national level. Alpha has also been awarded by the 35th Seal of Excellence for being the Outstanding Training and Consultancy Services Provider for 2019. Receiving these awards only tells the Alpha team to keep inspiring others and giving significantly better training to everyone. To find out more, just visit our website, asklex.com, and our FB page, Asklex PH Academy. Thanks for watching. Are you looking for a training, certification, seminars, workshops? Does your company requires Lean Six Sigma certification? Or you just need it for your career growth? Choosing the best training and consultancy services provider matters now, more than ever before. And it will be really hard to find what will help you successfully achieve your goals. Introducing Asklex PH Academy. It is established to deliver excellence by maximizing value creation for individuals and organizations. We believe that everyone can be significantly better through the services that we design and deploy. Assessing the needs of students, professionals, and organizations for skills development that will lead to value creation. We created programs for continuous improvement and innovation covering facets of industrial engineering. Partner in the Philippines by Minitab Limited. We signed a MOA to be an accredited academic partner for the Singapore Institute of Multidisciplinary Professionals. Our managing consultant, Felix Baroya, is an elected board director for the Institute of Industrial and Systems Engineers, Operational Excellence Division, an international organization for industrial engineers. Also, we are connected and affiliated to the Association for Manufacturing Excellence, Australian region. And our managing consultant, Felix Baroya, is the current national president for the Philippine chapter. For innovation, we are affiliated to the International Association of Innovation Professionals, where Engineer Baroya is the current interim chairman of the Philippine chapter. This year, Alpha has been awarded by the Global Awards for Marketing and Business Excellence, as Best Skills Development Program Provider, national level. Alpha has also been awarded by the 35th Seal of Excellence for being the Outstanding Training and Consultancy Services Provider for 2019. Receiving these awards only tells the Alpha team to keep inspiring others and giving significantly better training to everyone. To find out more, just visit our website, asklex.com, and our FB page, Asklex PH Academy. Thanks for watching.
Yun. And we're back on air. So welcome to Alpha TV again. Once again, every Friday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And for tonight, we'll have a special guest again, Sir Felix. Ano ba ang ating nakahandang menu for tonight?
Hi Jojo, good evening. Ayan, nagugulo yung setup ko. Magandang gabi Jojo, and to our viewers, we're now at 40, around 40 participants here at Zoom, and Hindi ko pa na-check ang ating team YouTube. So I guess because of the sharing that we did, medyo madami tayong ina-expect sa ating YouTube for tonight. And we would like to thank you for gracing this event, this learning opportunity again and again with Aslex Page Academy. So for tonight, ang ating ulam ay about sa accounting. I know most of
Wow.
you, and I know most of you ay nagdaan dito no sa isang subject na may accounting. Maybe on high school. I think
Yes.
we did some sa high school, and then we had syempre part of IE curriculum no. We have, I think we had three accounting no. So yan. And I think for every leader no, we decided to have this because pag nag-take kayo ng mga MBA programs, hindi nawawala yung subject na accounting related, no? And 'di ba yung MBA is designed for leaders. So we thought of, okay, why not teach our audience, the Alpha Nation, of something about accounting, and why is it important? Why is it an important skill for leaders or future leaders? So for tonight, andito nga tayo ngayon, and we invited a very capable resource person. Okay? Let me introduce him. So he is a certified public accountant and registered cost accountant uh, for Australia with master in business administration din siya. He has executive vast experience in auditing, accounting, financial management, and financial statement analysis for a decade. He earned his master's degree in business administration at Ateneo de Manila University Graduate School of Business and Regis University. Ito yung MBA Regis, no, tinatawag. And he attended Strategic Disaster Risk Management and Leadership Program at Asian Institute of Management, or AIM. Yan. And Introduction to Collaborative Teaching through COIL model at Universidad La Salle, Mexico City. He finished his Bachelor of Science in Accountancy at Ateneo de Naga University. He is presently connected with Santa Fe Moving and Relocation Services as Financial Planning and Analysis Manager and Country Finance Lead for Philippine operations. He brings in 13 years of experience in food and beverage industry as Senior Finance Analyst of San Miguel Brewery Incorporated, which by backstory, kaya kami nakakilala is because of our common ground, yung San Miguel Beer. So without further ado, let us all welcome our resource person for our Alpha TV episode, Accounting as an Essential Skill for Leaders, John Michael Angelo J. Lopo, or also known as Sir J Man. Sir J Man,
All right. Good morning. Good evening, no, Sir Felix. No.
yan,
Thank
magandang
you for
gabi po.
inviting me, right, for
Yan.
this webinar, which is accounting as essential leaders, no, or skills for leaders. So very important that accounting is, parang skills, no, especially that business, no, very important that you have an accounting, diba? Sige, but okay. So I will now share my screen. Okay.
Go ahead,
So as
sir.
part. All right.
And we'll see you later during the
All right.
Q&A.
Thank you, Sir Felix. All right. Sige. All right. So good evening again to all of you. So thank you for this webinar. Uh, Basically, no, our topic for today is all about accounting as essential skills for leader. But of course, very important that we should identify or we should define first what do you mean of accounting. All right. So here in my PowerPoint, sorry. All right. So what we will gonna do is, so my profession. No? We will define first what do you mean of accounting. Okay. Number two is the nature of accounting, and then the functions of accounting, the purpose of accounting, and of the objectives and the users of information. So 1 to 5 is all about the basic concepts of accounting. Kasi without defining what do you mean of accounting, no, we cannot also identify what do you mean or what are the skills or needed, no, if you are accountant, no, or if you want to be a bookkeeper, if you want to become an auditor, or if you want to become a tax expert. All right. Sige, number one, no? Explain the definitions of accounting. No? So I define accounting with all the definitions, no, found in the book, especially in number one, AICPA, no, from America. Uh, they define accounting as number one, the art of recording, okay? Classifying and summarizing. What do you mean of recording, classifying, and summarizing? 'Di ba? Yung walang kamatayang debit and credit, correct? So you journalize, you record, at the same time you have your debit and credit. That's the recording, no? You record all the events, you record all transactions. By the way, not events, no? You only record accountable events. You should not record personal transactions. Yun yung lagi ko sinasabi sa aking estudyante, no? That you should only record business transactions, no? You personally, or you aside, no, the personal things, no? That's why the money transactions is very important. What do you mean of classifying and summarizing? No, you classify it by merely uh, by merely recording it in your ledger, 'di ba? After your debit and credit, no, ginagawa natin yung ledger account, which is tinatawag din na T account, no? At the same time, we summarize them using or preparing your worksheet, yung napakahabang worksheet, di ba? So that's the meaning of accounting based on the AICPA. Again, record, classify, and summarize transactions. Pero sabi ni AICPA, there's also one definition of the accounting, which is interpretation and analysis of the FS. No? Very important that accountant, the role of accountant is to interpret, right? It to analyze the FS, right? So part one is basically more on the recording side, preparation, no? And then the second part is all about analysis and interpretations of your FS. All right. Next, also from AICPA, accounting daw is an art. Yes, di ba? Accounting is an art because if you are accountant, if you want to become a bookkeeper, if you are auditor, very important that you have knowledge, di ba? You have experience and you are also guided by the accounting principles. That's why we are also guided by GAAP, no, or the accounting principles, no, in every accounting. All the professionals, if you are engineer, if you are doctor, if you are practitioner, no, all of these are all mandated or guided by accounting principles. Sorry, by the principles itself. All right, accountant or accounting demands critical thinking and creative skills, 'di ba? Sabi nila, if you are accountant, you are good in numbers. Yes, no? But of course, you are also good in numbers and also dapat alam mo din kung paano mag-analyze, no? You are good in analysis, critical thinking and creative skills, no? You do or you interpret data, you interpret informations. That's why dapat you are good in terms of critical thinking and creative skills. Right? Accountants gather data of business and convert them into organized financial reports. Yes, no, you record, you summarize, you classify it, you do the worksheet. But the ultimate goal here is to do or to prepare your financial statements, 'di ba? What are the financial statements? Right? You have your statement of financial position, 'di ba? Dati yan ay tinatawag na balance sheet, na? Yung asset, liabilities and owner's equity, okay? Number two is, ngayon, tinatawag na siya na statement of comprehensive income. No? But now, statement of comprehensive income, statement of profit or loss. Ngayon, dati tinatawag siya na income statement. Okay? Number three is you have your cash flow. Okay? Number four, you have statement of equity. And the last is your notes to FS. No? Very important also that you have or you have your notes to FS to identify or to explain, no, the overall picture of your company. All right. What else? According naman sa ASC, no, what do you mean of accounting according to Accounting Standard Council? No? It is a service entity. No? The function of it is to provide quantitative information. Yes. Pero for me, no, very important also that you also quantify or you should also consider any non-financial information. Diba? Kaya lang yun yung definition ni Accounting Standard Council. No? And the keyword here is to have economic decisions. All right. What else? ASC is, yun nga, economic decision making, financial decision making, bakit kayo gumagawa ng financial statement? Because all your investors, all your suppliers, all your users, no, you will look into your FS. Why? Because for economic decision making, diba? Yeah. What else? So according to ASC, yes, service entity, yes, you also provide the financial reports to the economic decision makers. Okay, what else? So ASC also accept or choose accounting methods. There are a lot of accounting methods as long as it is GAAP, no, under the guidance or under standards of the IFRS, under the standards of IAS, no, as long as it is acceptable, you can do the accounting methods. Okay. Also, the amounts of it, the types of information, the format of it, no, is also acceptable as long as it is GAAP, no. All right. What else? At naman, according to AAA, no, American Accounting Association, sabi nila is it is the process of identifying and measuring. Same, di ba? You have the same definition, but ano yung bagong definition? Communication, no? Very important also is to communicate that economic decisions or economic information to the intended users. Kasi sabi nila, accountant daw are good in terms of recording, in terms of summarizing, in terms of preparing the FS, but they lack uh, uh, in terms of communicating, no, to the intended users, 'di ba? Yan. That's why AAA they include communicating or communications as part of the definition of accounting. Also, they also introduce about the process, no? Especially the accounting cycle, no? Yung ating mga estudyante diyan, no? What we did, no, in financial accounting is we do journal entries, tama ba? We do journal entries, we do ledger, and then adjusting, then we do the trial balance, trial balance muna, adjusting, we do the adjusted trial balance, we do the worksheet, no? That's the accounting cycle. Basically, we do it, no? We summarize them uh, in a most easiest way possible. Why? Because the ultimate goal here is to prepare your financial reports. All right. So to prepare your financial reports. All right. What else? Accounting also is very important in the AAA as accounting measures and record of it is basically based on financial reports. Now, that's why you have your worksheet, diba? If you have your worksheet, you can be able to prepare easily your financial statement, especially the balance sheet, especially the income statement. Kasi mas madali na siya, no? If you have your worksheet or if you have the accounting cycle. Right? Therefore, accounting is an information system. Yes. Accounting is an information system because sabi nga ni AAA, very important is you communicate, no, to the intended users the definitions of accounting. All right. Yan, to summarize everything, no, accounting is an accounting process. Later, I will discuss about what do you mean of accounting process. All right. So it is, of course, you have your financial information. This is your financial statement. Tama ba? No, you have your statement of financial position. No, you have your statement of comprehensive income or profit or loss. You have your statement of cash flow. 'Di ba? You have your statement of equity and you have your notes to FS. So hindi lang siya ito, no? Sa gobyerno, ito ay tinatawag na net worth, 'di ba? SALN, no? Statement of Asset and Liabilities and Net Worth. So if you are in a corporation, owner's equity is called stockholders' equity, right? So if you are in a partnership, so it is called partnership equity, right? So ito yung walang kamatayang accounting equation, di ba? This is the accounting equation of accounting, no? And the profit or loss. And of course, the accounting process again is very important is to communicate it, no, with the decision makers, whether it is internal or external users. Why? Because ito yung magbibigay sa atin, no? If you have your business, if you have your own business, and if you want to invest in one particular company, very important that you know how to read or to interpret or to or to yun, to read the FS. Right? Especially if you have a lot of money, 'di ba? Kailangan mo mag-invest, 'di ba? So kailangan mo makita ang FS nila. Right? Number two, okay, explain the nature of accounting. All right, nature of accounting is also as follows. Accounting daw is a discipline. All right, why discipline? Again, very important to consider professional standards and professional ethics, 'di ba? Uh, all practitioners, no, all professionals, no, adheres or observe to the professional standards and professional ethics. Kaya nga sa amin, no, as accountant, we have the professional code of ethics, and we should observe that. That's why discipline is the common description or the nature of accounting. All right. Number two, because of standards, no, because of IFRS, because of the PFRS, because of the PAS or ES, no, it is guided by distinctive accounting records, rules, methods, and procedures. Diba? Common sense lang. If there's no standards, no, paano nangyari yung debit and credit? Bakit if if your cash is to be is to increase, it is to be debited? Bakit ganon, no? Because of the standards, the rules and methods, 'di ba? Even if you are industrial engineer also, you are guided by principles, you are guided by standards, you are guided by rules and methods and procedures. That's why accounting, number one, is a discipline. Okay? What else? Ethics in accounting is of utmost performance. Why? Because if you have business, may accountant. Tama ba? Ayan. The role of accountant is basically, grabe, no? Very, parang importante, no? If you have your own business, no? To monitor the performance, to monitor the condition, to monitor the cash flow, to monitor all the equity side, no? That's why ethics is very important, no? Ayan. CPA, no? If you are a certified public accountant, di ba? You should be highly competent, reliable, and objective. And very important is you value the high degree of integrity. No? If you are a CPA, very important also. Yun nga, integrity, objectivity, okay? And competent is also very important. No? Okay? Number two, no? Nature of accounting is also a service activity. Okay? Accounting profession is not involved in selling your goods, 'di ba? Hindi tayo yung we just sell, 'di ba? We just buy the materials and you sell them, no? Accounting is basically you provide professional services, okay? So if you are in a public accountancy, if you are in a private accountancy, if you are in commerce and industry, if you are in academe, you perform professional services. So dapat you should do your part na as professional as possible. Why? Because of course, I am also part of the academe. That's the reason why I teach my students, no, as much as possible, uh, parang ano, hindi lang yung as if to comply na magturo. Gusto ko matuto sila about accounting. Okay? Why? Because in performing of this, no, it is basically the service activity, but you value more the professional services. Okay? Number three, same service activity also, yun nga, because you prepare financial report, you do balance sheet, diba? You do the income statement, you do the cash flow, you do the statement of equity. That's why all of this is a service activity. Okay? Ngayon kasi, madali na, no? If you have money, as long as you know how to journalize, diba? If you have Zero, if you have SAP, if you have QuickBooks, no, if you have a lot or many other accounting software, what you will do is just like, no, parang journal entries na some adjustment, automatic you have now your financial statement. No need to have your worksheet, to prepare, di ba? Yan. Before making economic decisions, very important that it is to be properly communicated and explained first, no, to the economic decision makers. So that's why again, as you notice, parang ulit-ulit, no, communication is one of the very important skills or skill as accountant, no, as you are leader, okay? Okay, number three, no? Accounting daw as an art and science. Yes, accounting is an art. No? Why? Accounting, again, parang you perform service activity, you do with the utmost efficiency, the best possible manner without the wastage of money, the time of it, you do a lot, you do 100% of it. Yes, that's an art, right? Science, no? Again, we are regulated by the accounting rules, we are regulated by the principles, the postulates, the theories, the concept, and the framework of it. Di ba? Ang dami. Okay? Yan. Alright. Kaya sabi nila, hindi naman sa pag-ano, no? Mahirap daw maging CPA, no? It is basically based on the passing rate, no? Ayan. Alright. Yes. Also, accounting, okay? Sorry. Yes, accounting is not an exact science. So, yes, we have science. We follow guidance, we follow procedures, we follow principles, conceptual framework, pero accounting is not an exact science. Wala naman perfect, no? Why? Because of course, as you notice, no, yung mga accountant dito, no, the financial accounting pa lang yung sample, 'di ba? Parang napapansin nyo, paiba-iba ang libro, no? Every year na lang, especially the financial accounting part, no? The AFAR, okay? The FAR, sorry, FAR, Financial Accounting and Reporting. So every year, nagbabago-bago. Kaya nagbabago-bago din yung mga libro ni Valix, 'di ba? 'Yon. Yun yung reason, 'di ba? Why? Because as time goes by, it constantly adjusts to the conceptual framework, no? They adapt in terms of the changes, trends, no? Situation globally. Also the tax, 'di ba? Pag yan ay especially now, 'di ba? Dati wala naman tayong train law. Okay? So, because of that, nagbabago din natin. No? So, accounting is not an exact science. Alright. Okay, ito yung walang kamatayang explanation or definitions of accounting. Accounting is the language of business. Naalala ko, during my first year, tinuro sa amin sa Ateneo de Naga. What do you mean of accounting? Accounting is the language of business. Diba? Why? Because of communications. Diba? Parang from the first slides, ulit-ulit, no? Communication is very important in accounting. Diba? Serve as a means of communication. Okay? Why? Yes, again, you prepare FS, you prepare income statement, or all other FS, and very important is to communicate it to the users, intended, external, and internal users. Diba? Later, I will explain to you who are the intended users, no, of the information. All right. What else? Accounting serve as provide for planning, budgeting, and decision making. So accounting also has a branch, which is you have your management accounting. It is for internal reporting purposes. That's why you have planning, you have budgeting, you have decision making. And it is only for intended for internal users of information. That's the language of business, di ba? It is for or intended for external and intended for for future and present, no? Unlike in financial accounting, it is basically more historical. Right? Accounting, again, is language of business because it plays an essential role to businessman. Yes, di ba? Why? Because of profitability. Okay? Si Sir Felix may pera, gusto mag-invest. Of course, anong gagawin niya? No? They will look into the financial operation, the financial performance of the business. Pupunta siya sa income statement. Yung company ba ay profitable? Ang company ba ay net loss? Okay? Yung company ba ay madaming sales or ang dami niyang expenses, so meaning net loss. Okay. So meaning the businessman We look into your financial statement, particularly your statement of profit or loss or statement of comprehensive income. All right. Number two, you will also look for the balance sheet, 'di ba? Hindi lang more on the income statement side, 'di ba? Net income pa nga pero deficit naman ang company. What do you mean of deficit? 'Di ba? Your liability is more than your assets, 'di ba? Meaning you are deficit. Ang dami mong palang utang, wala kang cash, no? Liquidity is meaning your funds ba is your asset ba is more than your liability. You can afford ba to pay short-term obligation? You can afford ba to pay for any expenses? So meaning you are liquid. Okay? So hindi lang more on profitability but you look for the liquidity side. Okay? Solvency, ito naman is going concern, di ba? Going concern meaning it is for a long-term period of time. Ability by the company to survive, especially now because of COVID-19, di ba? There are a lot of companies now are closing, okay? Because of this, because of solvency, no? Company ba ay long-term or going concern, no? Meaning it is they exist indefinitely or insolvent na. All right. What else? Letter dog, stability. No? Can the company sustain the long-term profitability and cash flow? Yun nga. Eventually, no, you have a lot of money. You are profitable. You are liquid enough. No, you are solvent. No, meaning solvency. But the question is, are you stable? Stable ba yung company yan? To be able to sustain, no, the long-term profitability. That's why my always example of this is San Miguel, no? San Miguel Corporation, where I work for 12 to 13 years. Of course, San Miguel now is 130 years, no, of brewing excellence. Yan. So meaning stable company, no, to be able to sustain the long-term profitability and cash flow. All right. What else? Letter E. How much borrowed capital and owner's capital are invested in the business? So it is more on the capital structure. Okay, so to be able to borrow money, no, if you have business, no, if you have capital structure, are you able to have more money, no? Kaya bang mangutang, okay? Or the owner's capital? So yon. So again, accounting is the language of business. There are a lot of meaning of that. Yung pa, language of business, financial flexibility. So hindi lang more on stability, liquidity, solvency, but also flexibility. No? If you have a lot of cash, if you have a lot of money, are you able ba to invest, no? If you have excess cash available, if you have a lot of investment opportunities, no, or other uncertainties, no? It is also known as financial flexibility. All right. Yan. Definition again of accounting is the eye of business, no? Mata ng business. Why? Yan nga. Yung iba is to become e-bookkeeping, no? To record the FS, okay? And then if you're accountant, no, to do or to prepare accounting. And yun naman iba, no, my first job was in auditing, no, in Allied Bank. That's why we are detective daw. Sabi nila, if you are auditor, you are fault finder. Hindi naman, no? Hindi kami fault finder. But we are only search, or we are only parang tinatama namin ang mali, no, in terms of the system, especially the internal control. All right. So what do you mean of auditing? So auditing to check the credibility, to verify the truthfulness of the FS. Yeah, that's the auditing. All right. Also, managerial accounting. Diba? There are also branch of accounting wherein it is facilitates the internal reporting, which is the managerial accounting. It is intended for internal management, or for the internal reporting, for the internal users of information. That's the managerial accounting for decision making. All right. Yan, ito yung mga sample: planning, budgeting, controlling, decision making. All right. Number 3, the functions of accounting. So under PAS1, Philippine Accounting Standards, no? Sabi nila, so ito ay sa Pilipinas na, to provide financial reports to various end of users for economic decision making. Yun nga, for economic decision making. Why? Again, recording. Naulit lang kanina. So we just summarize it. Recording. Diba? We record transactions which is accountable events only, no? In a systematic manner. Okay? So it is also known as journal book. Okay, so as you notice in my, I think in my first uh, 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 e-learning, no, we do, sorry, di pala, we do recording, pero in a manner which is the most basic way. But soon, no, we will do journal entries. Okay? We have also classifying, di ba? Classifying is basically we just summarize it on the ledger, okay? And then we do adjustment, di ba? And we classify it based on the asset, liabilities, and capital. All right. What else? We also summarize the information. So summarizing is understandable, useful of the information. Yeah. All right. Trial balance, statement of comprehensive income, and statement of FS. So meaning, you will now prepare your financial statement. All right. Sorry, I think ito lang ay naulit lang kanina. Same. That's why ito naman is more on the Philippine. Okay? And also, we analyze and interpret. Ito yung final functions of accounting, no? To analyze and interpret your financial statement. All right. What else? Record the data, no? You analyze, interpreted the FS. Okay. Communication. Okay? So sabi nila, the ultimate daw is more on interpretation, is more on analysis. No. Sabi ni PS, hindi. It should be communication pa din. No? Again, communicating is one of the skills, no, needed if you are a leader, especially in accounting. Okay? Accounting information has to be communicated to the intended users. Okay? So you have financial reports, you have accounting ratios, you have graphs, diagrams, you have notes to financial statements. Okay? Yeah, ito yung bago, no? One of the function of accounting is to protect the property of business, di ba? That's why you have your internal control, okay? You evaluate them based on the internal control to secure the property, the asset of the property, no? Only the authorized personnel are authorized, no? And also safeguard of your asset is also one, no? It's very important also. Okay? Preparing legal requirements, yes. Ito yung mga other lang, no? Yan. 'Di ba? Sino bang pumupunta sa mayor's permit? Alala ko ng mayor's permit, no? Or pumupunta sa SEC, pumupunta sa BIR, yan. Accountant din, no? 'Di ba? All right. Yan, basic function of accounting, identifying, measuring, and communicating. So naulit lang kanina, no? And audit functions, advanced and critical functions. Audit talaga, no? Why? Again, to test the reliability, to search or to check for the verifiability, the truthfulness of it. Yan ba ay free of material misstatement, free of error, 'di ba? Yan. Especially if you have accounting errors. All right. Number 4, explain the purpose of accounting. No? Purpose of accounting, ito yung kanina, no? Purpose of accounting is to help the users see the true pictures of its financial terms, no? Understandable, yan ba naintindihan, relevant, reliable, and for general purpose. Alright. What do you mean of it, no? So, in terms of it, dapat daw should be complete, should be neutral, free from error, no? Achieved to if it is in conformity with GAAP, okay, accounting principles to. Alright. We will not discuss it further, no? Basta it is self-explanatory, no? It should be complete, neutral, free from error. Number 5, no, ito na yan, no? Who are the users of accounting information? What do you mean of accounting process? So ito yon, no? As we discussed for the last slides or for the, diba, it is the summarize or the summarize of it, no? The accounting process, the accounting cycle. We select economic events, only accountable events. We record and classify and summarize them. Diba? Ngayon, madali na. Meron tayong computer. Dati, worksheet lang ginagawa nila, di ba? So, after that, you have now your financial accounting reports. You have now your financial statement. The role of accountant now is to analyze and interpret the user. So, it is the overall picture of the accounting process. All right. But the question is, di ba? Very important is to communicate or communication. Pero who are the users of accounting information? So ito na, no? Is cash is sufficient to pay bills? Kaya bang bayaran ng company ang utang or any other expenses? Sino to? Ito yung accounts payable analyst, di ba? Uh, to monitor any cash, especially cash involved or cash balances, no? For the year, cash balances for the month, okay? Yan. What is the cost of accounting information of each product? So ito yung cost accountant naman, all right? So it is the cost accountant. So very important also uh, in terms of this, no? All right. What else? Can we afford to give employees to pay or to have salary increase? No, if you are human resource personnel, 'di ba? Lalo na ngayon, no, because of pandemic, kaya bang bayaran or kaya bang mag-salary increase, 'di ba? Yan. So meaning they will look into the FS, 'di ba? Or also which product line is the most profitable. So if you have a lot of product line, ano ba yung pwedeng i-stop muna natin because of pandemic? Or ano yung dapat natin lagyan ng madaming sales or i-produce, no? Because ito yung mabenta. Okay? So yun, all of this users, now we look into the FS of the information. How about external users? Is the company earning satisfactory income? Diba? Mga investors, no? We look into your FS. Even your competitors is your external users, diba? No? The size, profitability of the competitors or the suppliers. Right? Will the company be able to pay your debts? So usually if you're suppliers, kailangan makakabayad ba yung suppliers? Baka hindi makakabayad. Papautangan ba natin? Yan. Alright. So that's the users of information. So objective of accounting. So same lang to ha, kanina lang. So meaning general purpose, it is for general purpose meaning you have your financial information. You have your FS. So as explained a while ago. Okay? What else? Objectives, specific objectives to ascertain the results of operation, the profitability of it. You have your income statement. Tama? So you prepare your income statement. Okay? Yan. That's why you have your statement of comprehensive income. You have statement of financial position or your balance sheet, now to know the financial condition and financial health. Yan. Balance sheet. Okay? To ascertain also the control over the assets, you have internal control. Diba? Very important also that you should implement or you should maintain the internal control. Kasi kung walang internal control, anong mangyayari? Alright. Conduct the business, orderly safeguard of the assets, the defect of the error, accuracy, di ba? Ang dami. So, yan, they produce also reliability or reliable information, right? And ensure to the adherence of political policies and plans. So all of these are very important, no, in the internal control system, especially if you maintain accounting system and internal control. What else? To aid the management planning and performance evaluation. Yun nga, that's why in the management accounting, you have your budget, di ba? Yun, the forecasting of cash flows, the sales. So usually, nandito yung trabaho namin, no? Medyo pag-budgeting na, medyo nagpupuyat, di ba? Alright. Number 5, to provide information to government agencies and other legal purpose. Okay, so yes, the SEC, the Bureau of Internal Revenue especially, yan. So ito yung information or kami yung nagpa-process, right, of it. Yan, accounting information, especially for tax authorities, especially the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Yan, 'di ba? To look for your income statement. Why? Because kailangan nyo magbayad ng tax, di ba, sa government agency or sa BIR. Users of information, na ulit lang, internal users, management group, di ba? Ayan. External users, the financing and public group. So as explained a while ago, no? Right? Ayan. External users, sino-sino to? I think, meron ako dito ang sample. Ayan. Investors, employees, lenders. Employees is also an internal, no? Sorry, hindi siya external. Lenders, suppliers, no? Lahat yon ay pumupunta sa FS natin to look for if the company is profitable, right? Or they are liquid enough. Right? And especially the government agency, especially the Bureau of Internal Revenue, especially the SEC, right? And the public also. So, di ba, ngayon, you can download no, to the SEC. Pero may bayad na daw ngayon, di ba? Di ba? May bayad na ngayon. No? If you want to download the income statement or the balance sheet of the company. All right. All right. This is our topic. No? The first part is basically the definition of accounting. No? Because before I explain the skills needed for accountant or for leaders in accounting, dapat we know the nature and purpose and the definitions of accounting. Right. Essential business skills needed in accounting. So, anong sabi? Number 1 daw, you should have general business knowledge. No? If dapat number 1 is you should know the business. No? Dapat kilala mo ang business. Take note, should be general muna. Okay? As time goes by, you will know the operation, you will know the marketing, you will know the overall business, no, of the company. Why? Sabi dito, the better you understand the overall working of the business and how you and your team fit into the big picture, no, the more productive your relationships outside your department will be. So general business knowledge is very important if you want to have skills, no, if you want to pursue in accounting, or if you want, or if you are now senior high now and you want to pursue the BS accountancy, right? And you are now a certified public accountant, right? Number 2, up-to-date technology expertise. Di ba dati, no, manual lang tayo, we do it in the yellow sheet, naalala ko pa yan, no? Worksheet, with the journal entries. Until now, yes, I in my in Ateneo and Lasal, I also teach my students, no, about the manual operations. Kasi ngayon, we have now a lot of technology. Diba? We have Xero, you have SAP, we have QuickBooks, we have GL system, we have Pitch3, we have Q&E. There are a lot. No? But, of course, if you are new to the business, kaya mo bang bumili ng kanyang accounting software? Of course, you will go back first with the manual. No? Kahit Excel lang. No? If you have your Excel manual, you can do or you can have your journal entries. That's why you should be able to, or you have up to date, no, technology expertise. No? Finance leaders now are often challenged in finding professionals who have up to date technology, 'di ba? Lalo na ngayon, no? As you notice, naalala ko, ewan ko kung napapansin niyo, ang daming accounting services, accounting management consulting na nasa Facebook ngayon. 'Di ba? Pansin niyo ba? Especially the review, no? The CPA review, ang dami, no? Why? Because of this pandemic, no, you should also be up to date, no? In terms of technology now because of online. Now, no. Baka tayo nandito because of the Zoom, because of the online, because of the technology we are using now. Okay? Especially the accounting firms, the organization. Yan. Number 3, yan, communication skills. Dito nawawala if you are in accounting. The ability to relay information clearly, concisely, by enhancing your verbal and writing skills is essential in accounting. All right. So as explained, no, a while ago, communication is very important in accounting to give financial, economic decision no? Or for the business. Okay. Number four, adaptability and flexibility. Same as number two, up to date. Now, adaptability and flexibility, no? Parang ganito, no? Flexible ka, dapat never stops daw learning of it. You are flexible enough, even though Sir Felix meron siyang sariling yun ganito, no? At ginawa niya is they created no ganito online, di ba? Online. So meaning your adaptability and flexibility, no? We're also the top among the skills in accounting. In academe naman, no? In Ateneo, no, we have also training, no? Yan. That's why you adapt or you are flexible enough before the pandemic. All right, number five, creativity and willingness to help others. So, first thing is creativity. The best accounting professionals are ambitious self-starters who can develop new insights. So, meaning you are creative enough to look for for any system improvement, 'di ba? So, this is creativity, right? And of course, kung magaling ka na, 'di ba? Kailangan also, 'di ba sabi dito, forming hearts with the hands is to mainstream. Do you have the heart to lend in hand? No? You may need to serve the source of aid, no, when required, when there is a need, no, for you to help. Of course, very important also to help others, 'di ba? That's the role also or the skills in accounting. All right. Number six, customer service orientation. Hindi lang siya more on parang in compliance, 'di ba? But of course, you should be able to satisfy your customer, 'di ba? Just like in my academe, no, I see to it that my students, no, learn from my topics. Why? Because it has service orientation, customer service orientation. Accounting professionals demonstrate the good customer service, no? The needs to concern for others, diba? Whether it is internal or external. All right. Number seven, specialized experience. If you are accountant daw, no, you can also do tax, diba? Because you are special experience, no? If you are accountant, you can be in academe, diba? You can also work in public accountancy. Yan. So meaning specialist experience, no, focus on regulatory compliance can be strong complement, no, to your set of accounting skills. So there are a lot of opportunities, no, if you want to pursue accounting. Okay? That's why sabi ko sa mga estudyante ko, you need to pass the certified public accountant. There are a lot of opportunities. Diba? All right. Last topic is all about ito yung topic natin 10, leadership skills every accountant need to succeed. Okay? Or hindi lang accountant, but of course, if you are leader, it's also very important. According to Ace Cloud Hosting, number one, communication skills. Ulit-ulit na lang, di ba? So accountant have to communicate with their clients, no, to their colleague, no, the day-to-day operations, no, of the business. Why? Because the users of informations needs to have accounting. Uh, they know, no, the financial decision making. All right. Number two is organizational and management skills. Yan. So if you are accountant and you want to pursue your leadership skills, no, you should know the managerial skills, the org skills, right? So making use of the project, no, management tools, software, task creating or handling of it. Yan. All right. Next also is time management skills. Yan. So should have good time management skills, no? And important in terms of your accounting team. There are a lot of reports, no, in accounting. Yes, 'di ba? So dapat you meet your deadlines, 'di ba? Make list of tasks, prioritize them and work accordingly. Okay? Number four, instructing and mentorship. So ito yung gusto ko na if you are a leader, hindi lang ikaw lang yung magaling, but also to develop young leader. You have mentorship, no, or instructing them, no, because you know the strength and weaknesses of them. Number five is adaptability. Same as flexible adaptability, you must be ready to embrace all changes and to be proactive, no, to grow and to succeed as accountant. Right? And number six is all about awareness. You're aware, no? You are up to date, di ba? You must always know the latest market trend and understand what fits to your business, no, is the best. No? You are aware, no? Yung pala tinuturo mo ay hindi na updated, di ba? Alright, naalala ko dati, no? Parang first time ko magturo sa San Beda, Alabang. Yung tinuturo ko pala ay hindi na updated. Yan. That's why I learned from that. No? That's why I see to it na I am aware, no, for the latest trends. Alright. Number seven, initiative. Taking initiatives, no, is a way, yeah, very important also that you are in initiatives, no, for growing or developing yourself for better opportunities. Alright. Number eight, critical thinking. Again, accountant now is not only good in numbers, but also in terms of critical thinking and analysis. Why? Our goal is to interpret and analyze the FS. All right. Number nine, persuasion skills. No, for anyone who is managing a team, no, important that you have persuasive, diba? Very important also that you put forward the views, no, of your team, diba, as much as possible. And the last is all about moral and ethical. Okay, I will focus more on this, diba? Kasi yes, some accountants are only after the money. Okay? But moral ka ba or you are ethical ba? 'Di ba? 'Yun. So every action that you take as leader should be based on the principles of morality. Uh, the only will inspire and motivate them is to build, relationship with your group. That's why you should be moral and ethical, and you should also value the good, the ethics of it, no, of the information. All right. Sige. To end this, no, I have here a quote. No? The word accounting daw comes from the word accountability. No? So if you are going to be rich, no, you need to be accountable for your money. Diba? So it is Robert Kiyosaki. Diba? So that's why the last is, so if you have accountability breeds responsibility by Stephen Covey. So you are accountable enough with your decision, you are responsible enough for your decision, meaning you will become, no, a good accountant and you will succeed in your professional life. All right. So thank you very much for this. Okay. So Q&A.
Hi, Sir J-Man.
All right. Hi.
Felix here.
Yes.
Yan. So thank you for sharing your experience and
Mm.
expertise to our audience. We're now about
Yes.
63,
Oh.
including us three. So that's 60 here at Zoom, and the last time I checked, around 30 via YouTube. So around 100 of people who learned from your experience and
Yes.
expertise in the field of accounting. And well,
Yes. Thank you.
what happened is that Sir J-Man introduced to us, refresh, no, kumbaga, yung what is accounting, no, from different perspectives and from different body of knowledge or authorities. And ano yung gamit niya for the business, as well as ano yung gamit niya sa skill for an entrepreneur, maybe for the work, no. So those are certain areas that were touched or discussed during our lecture or our session, no, for tonight.
Yes.
And also it ended up with the 10 qualities, ano.
Mm.
And so with that, again, thank you, Sir J-Man. And now we will be
Thank you.
entertaining questions coming from our audience.
All right.
From Ayan, nagpapa-thank you sila via the chat box.
All right.
I
Thank you,
hope,
then.
yeah, I
Some of them are
think,
my students na.
ayun naman.
All right.
Napaka-supportive ng mga
Yeah,
students sa Sir
supportive.
J-Man.
Thank you.
Well, I've seen our usual audience. We have faculty members coming from Mapua University, IE department, and as well as Quezon City University, faculty members of IEs. So yan, mga siguro nagtuturo din ng accounting subjects. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
this is, yeah, Sir Jayman, this is a
Mm.
question coming from an anonymous attendee. Ayaw magpakilala, nahihiya
Ayaw
siguro. So
magpakilala.
sabi niya, Yes, sabi niya, good evening, Sir Jayman. What can you recommend po for students studying accounting?
For studying accounting, no, naalala ko yung lolo ko dati, no, sabi sa akin, first year pa lang, dapat daw mag-aral ka na ng accounting. Okay? I remember that, no, uh, that's why no, sabi ko is very important na during your first year, you know the basic of accounting. Kasi kailan ka pa mag-aaral ng accounting kung sa higher accounting na. So for me, basic concepts, no, and basic principles of accounting is very important. Wala yan sa materials, wala yan sa reviewer. As long as you know the basic principles of accounting, hindi ka na mawawala dyan. So yan. So kahit ang dami mong materials, no, hindi yan sa materials, no, as long as yun nga, concepts and principles, and lagi magbasa, no? Kasi yun nga, what do you call that, topics, no, or libro na binabasa. Buti nga ngayon parang konti na lang ba. Okay. Dati we have seven or eight topics, right? In the CPA board exam.
Okay, so ang ibig sabihin, Sir Jayman, is we have to, grasp the basics, solid dapat yung fundamentals and
Yes.
basics. And this is the same thing that I always teach my students sa review center. Kasi sabi ko lagi na complex problems galing yan sa basic. If without the basic, hindi siya mabubuo. Parang hindi man, parang tayo, for example, hindi naman tayo lalaki tatanda or lalaki. Parang parang ano yun sa akin na may balik, tatanda at saka lalaki. Nang hindi tayo dumaan sa pagiging maliit, sa pagiging fundamental, di ba? Sa ating formative years. So, ganun lang din. So, kung hindi mo naintindihan masyado yung basic, talagang mahirapan ka kahit dun sa
Yes.
complex.
Yes,
Ganun lang
very good.
naman kasimple
Tama.
yun. So, very, very wise words coming from Sir Jayman. Ang hirap ng tanong na to, but let me read it for you, Sir Jayman. A question again from another anonymous attendee. Hi, sir. How to love accounting?
How to love accounting? How to love accounting? Very difficult question. Of course, sa una pa lang mahirap yung accounting, no? If you have your accounting, sa una pa lang alam mo na yan, eh. In your first year, as long as you are good in analysis, you are good in numbers, for me, you will love accounting very much. No? As long as nagbabasa ka araw-araw, you listen to your professor, you take notes, no? Dati kasi ginagawa ko, I answer muna, no, all the problems before entering the classroom, kasi mahirap kasi yun na without studying, no, parang hindi mo ma-apply, no, or hindi mo mapapansin na yung mali mo, no, especially the concept of it. So yan.
Ayan. So, syempre kahit hindi mo naman gusto yung isang bagay sa umpisa,
Yes.
if there's a
Mag-shift ka
need
na.
to it for you to do so,
Correct.
that's
As
just
long
gonna
as
be
you are
one.
happy. No?
That's gonna be one path to it. Pero kung for example, if in the process, 'di ba, parang na-fall in love ka na kumbaga yan sa craft.
Yes.
Tuloy-tuloy na yan eh. Just like for example, the thing that we share, si Sir Jayman tsaka ako, we fell in love with teaching. So for example,
Yes.
ako, I stayed with teaching. Actually, first course ko dapat related sa teaching education. Pero hindi ako napunta doon. Pero I graduated with a degree in engineering. Pero bumalik pa rin ako. So parang ganon siya. So
Parang
pwedeng,
mapapansin mo yun. Parang feel mo yun na gusto mo yun.
Ayan. So thank you for answering that question, Sir Jayman. This is another question. And this is a good one from Charmaine Ang. Siguro estudyante mo to, sir.
Yes.
Sabi niya, thank you, Sir Jayman. I'm just wondering, did you have an experience that you needed to lead your team in doing the right thing more than trying to please your clients? For example, during audits. How were you able to demonstrate ethics despite the pressure and without actually offending the client? This is a good question.
Yes, very good. Sorry, Minang. For me, no, as long as you are basically based on the procedures, based on the standards, no, hindi ka na mawawala doon. The 'di ba sa umpisa pa lang, you know what is right and what is wrong, especially if you are in the audit, 'di ba? Uh, the reason why you have your GAAS, no, General Accepted Auditing Standards, no, to follow of it. Of course, yun nga, of course, hindi mo kasi maiwasan na makikiusap sa'yo, no? Uh, Sir, pwede bang ganito, ganito, ganyan? Of course, as long as you do your job as auditor, you do as job as accountant, no? Parang hindi ka matatakot doon. Kahit kaibigan mo man yung ino-audit mo, as long as you just do your job, no? And it is mandated by your procedures and policies, no? Hindi ka matatakot para doon. Okay?
Yeah, ang take ko naman doon, thank you Sir Jman for
Mm.
for those words. Ang take ko naman doon, yeah, basically if you're doing the right thing,
Yes.
dapat you stand firm. Parang hindi
Yes.
pwedeng masway dahil lang well, yung possible conflict will be there because if they
Possible.
want to
Yes.
do some workarounds that is not abiding or aligned with the thing that needs to be done, basically, magkakameron talaga kayo ng
Yes.
problema. Kasi, for example, if you're in the position that you are the auditor and this
Mm-mm.
auditee wants na parang, oh, ay, ganito na yun, ganito, may
Mm-mm.
workaround na lang tayo, parang ganyan-ganyan,
Mm-mm.
may secret-secret. So,
Mm-mm.
basically, there will be some sort of conflict. So, for as long,
Yes.
tama si Sir J. Mandon, very true, for as long as you are in the track of what is right, dapat wala kang wala kang dapat ikatakot. Kumbaga
Matakot.
parang ang
Oo.
ano na lang doon is you will have potential conflict talaga dun sa mga
Yes.
kausap mo na client.
Mm.
Ayun. So
Correct.
thank you for that.
Mm.
One question again from Zoom. Sorry, Jojo, if you have questions coming from YouTube, please feel free to to chat here in our chat box. Yan. So this is from Alvon Layson from
Chat
San
ko.
Beda College of Alabang. Sabi niya, I'm planning to start my own small business during this pandemic. What would be my advantage if I apply accounting in my own small business? Because sir, I do believe that not all successful business today started with a formal accounting, but they became successful. But what would be the advantage if you start a business with a knowledge about accounting? So parang sinasabi niya, ay like for example kami we did not start with a formal accounting system, so we're a good example of that. Pero later on, kagaya ngayon after 3 years 4 years, parang yeah, we do outsource services, pero ngayon my wife starts to be on
To
top of the
do.
accounting process ganyan.
Mm-mm.
Which is we found it na parang ay dapat start kami nung umpisa. So yan. So ang tinatanong niya dito, ano yung advantage naman kapag nag-start ng meron na siguro na in place kaagad right the start?
Of course, in terms of accounting, very important also that you know uh, the basic, no, especially in terms of recording, no, 'di ba? A simple recording of transactions is very important, no? Simple plus or minus in accounting, no, is also parang pinakauna mong gagawin, no, in accounting. Of course, the mere fact na if you have also an accounting software, accounting idea, mas okay siya, 'di ba? Kasi you can be able to apply all the things that you learned, no, the journal entries, the ledger, the especially the preparations of your FS. So yun, for me, no, if you have a basic concept of it, the simple add or minus, especially you know the asset, the basic accounting equation, hindi ka na mawawala doon.
So yon, no.
Mm.
Pero syempre I think if I may, maganda talaga na
Mm.
mag-start na meron. Kaya
Yes.
siguro like for example for startups, meron talagang parang chief finance officer kasi
Mm-mm.
kailangan
Correct.
ma-account mo everything eh. As you
Yes.
mentioned, you have to record all accountable ba ang
Mm-mm.
term
Accountable,
may term ka
yes.
na accountable
Accountability,
transactions.
yes.
Ayan. So yun. So
Kasi malay mo you are net loss pala, no? Sayang lang
oo.
ang pagod, 'di ba?
Oo, yun.
Mm-mm.
Well, that actually leads to our next question coming from YouTube, no?
Mm-mm.
Sabi ni, this is from Sheila Novilla. Sabi niya, if there is recession or something happened in the organization or company, like maybe like the pandemic, how accounting can help to gain back its financial stability? Parang paano siguro makakatulong si accounting or si finance team or accounting team to bounce back.
Of course, number one dyan is to check first your income statement, di ba? Uh, Especially now, since because of this pandemic, all companies are experiencing net loss. All right, how do you how do you recover from it? Of course, number one dyan is to cut your expenses, di ba? Even though ang dami mong sorry, wala kang sales, di ba? So, ang dami mo naman expenses. Number one na ginagawa dyan is to cut your expenses. So, savings muna tayo for this year. Wala munang ganito, wala munang conventions, wala munang meetings, okay? Wala munang Christmas party, okay? So, because of that, you cut your expenses, you have sales pa naman, pero eventually na as time goes by, you will recover from it na as time goes by. So, number one is of course yung salesman niyo dapat nagtatrabaho kasi they are the one who will work for you. So eventually, if it will normalize now we go back now to the no, parang normal, no, normal cycle in terms of incurring your expenses.
Or all right. So, you have to sig- yeah, parang you
At
have to
expenses muna.
pinpoint, oo. Ano yung mga hindi naman non-value added. Kasi so for
Okay.
example, for Lean Six Sigma context, we have what we call non-value added activities or non-value adding activities. So, yun yung i-remove natin so that we can still, capitalize on the resources that we have. But for example, for the context of the pandemic, I think yun nga, parang kumbaga meron tayong tinawag na essential tsaka non-essential nung panahon na sino yung papasok, sino yung pwedeng magtrabaho, di ba? May mga essential,
Isa pa yan.
non-essential. So,
No work,
maybe
no pay pa
let's
yung iba.
di ba? So maybe let's take that context into the context or parang yung scene nung business or nung organization na sige, if we can cut on those na non-essential muna for us to survive, then we cut on those. So yun nga, nabanggit ni Sir Jayma, like the Christmas party, yung coming from some immediate family members, they were saying na wala mo na kaming bonus kasi
Yung isa
parang
pa, walang
pag
salary increase.
yung mga salary increase. And I think that's actually part of the business continuity plan. Now, I'm not saying for every for the general context. I'm saying in the perspective of what I have heard and my own own thoughts about this. Yun, parang yun, tatanggalin siguro yun para maka-survive kasi yung funds na yun should be reallocated or reallocated to some initiatives or activities that would give back yung ano nga yung sigla o yung aggressiveness or assertiveness of the business so that it can bounce back. Yan. So thank you Sir Jayman for that. Wait lang ha. Oh, meron pa tayo. Maybe we'll be sorry for the interest of time, we may be answering two more questions, last two questions, no? Medyo madami na rin tayo natanong kay Sir Jayman and yun
No
nga, for the
worries.
benefit of time. Ayan. So Sir Jayman, this is from Christine Manalo from here at Zoom. So hi Sir Jayman, how do you deal your wait lang, how you deal your future work when you have a weak foundation in accounting? Para paano ma-compensate siguro if you
Alright,
have
so
a weak foundation in accounting.
so now, no, because of this online, no, because of this a lot of advanced technology, there are a lot of YouTube, diba? YouTube channel wherein uh, discussing about accounting, no? Like now, no, Sir Felix, the Lex PH, no. Soon, eventually, we will teach you, no, more about the basic concepts of accounting. Hindi lang Aspect Space, there are a lot of uh, online, no, online platform that you can be able to learn accounting, right? So YouTube lang ang dami na, 'di ba? Kaya lang yung iba may bayad, no. Alright. So maybe that's the importance also of the continuing professional education and the CPD.
Yeah, agree. So basically, yeah, information and sources of information is a lot.
Mas
right
madali
now. I
na
mean,
ngayon, 'di ba?
you have
Compare
we
dati.
have a lot, and it's basically
Oo.
available at so many platforms. Parang
Mm,
sabi nga ni Sir Jiman, Aztec Speech is basically one, but there are so many more out there. No, meron tayong Udemy, we have
mm.
Coursera, we have
May Coursera,
Allison,
yes, yes.
we have,
Mm,
kasi ako produkto din ako niyan, no? Since
ah,
I actually right before graduating from college, doon na uso ata yun. Like
mm,
2011. So, mga
mm,
siguro 50
mm,
kilograms ago yun. So, so mga ganong kapayat, ganong
ah,
kabigat ang nawala o nadagdag. So, yun.
mm.
Ngayon, parang ikaw na lang yung
Dali na,
magde-decide
no?
kung meron kang something na gusto
Mm,
matutunan, or if you see that this is something that's a weakness that you
mm,
consider, then you can compensate with all the learnings that you can take from different sources. And yun nga po, we're one of them. Yan. So marami po
oo,
po tayong courses as
mm.
textspeech.com promotion. One last question, Sir Jayman, before
Sure.
we let you go.
Oo,
um, this is actually from Mark Erickson
mm,
Bautista. Hello, Sir Jayman. For a new small business, when does it come, or when does it become more cost efficient to utilize an accounting system or software
mm.
compared to using manual process of accounting?
Alright, of course, you should be able to ano muna, to prepare the cost and benefit na. Yung malay mo, yung cost pala ng accounting software ay mas mataas pa or mas mahal pa sa versus sa kinikita mo, 'di ba? You should first look for the cost of the accounting software. For example, you are a small businessman and then you want to put up business, and then yung accounting software mo is ano pa, is SAP, no? Napakamahal pa ng SAP mo versus of your business. 'Di ba? So prepare first the cost and benefit analysis. So simple lang. So just get all the costs of it in preparing, sorry, in the costing of the accounting software, and then versus your sales. Kaya ba? Kaya ba na na bumili ng accounting software, or versus, or for the meantime we will just use first the Excel naman, no? Excel naman is okay naman yung Excel, no? Kaya lang as time goes by, pag dumadami na yung business mo, parang hindi na feasible the Microsoft Excel.
Okay, so thank you for that, Sir Jayman. And I think we're done with that last question. Again, I would like, in behalf of Ask Like Speech Academy
Thank
team,
you.
we would like to thank you for gracing this
Mm-mm.
event and sharing your experience and expertise to our audience. So that was Sir John Michael Angelo Zay Lopo, or also known as Sir J-Man, for accounting as an essential skill for leaders. Sir J-Man, baka gusto mo silang imbitahin to connect with you via LinkedIn or
All right.
Facebook. Please do so.
Just okay, just add me na. Just add me with Jman Lopo, no? But my name is JMANZ Lopo. And the LinkedIn account is this, no, my name, right? So just add me, and then if you have questions, it's okay.
Ayan. And also, don't forget to take Sir Jayman's course on
Ayan,
basic accounting, accounting in
yes.
action, available at asklexph.com/courses. Ayan. Pag pinuntahan niyo po yung asklexph.com/courses, hanapin niyo lang doon, or type niyo lang doon accounting,
Accounting in
lalabas yung
action.
ang nag-iisang course ng
Sa
accounting.
accounting.
Oh,
Alright, thank
then
you.
we will archive this one and we'll put this into
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
that platform. Yeah. So again, thank you, Sir J-Man,
alright,
and
thank you.
yeah,
Mm-mm,
thank you again, and let's say goodbye to Sir J-Man for a while, and please stay for some announcement from Sir Jojo Paliso. Bye, Sir J-Man.
alright,
Thank
bye
you
bye.
po.
Thank you. Bye bye.
And that's for tonight. Maraming salamat, Sir Jayman, for a very fruitful and wonderful topic for tonight. No? It's all about the accounting and the perceptions for accounting. So, for announcements, announcements tayo. Okay, so your attendance will be given and the link after the announcement. Ayan, Mia. And then, so kindly invite your friends, to like our page as Next Page Academy, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for from time to time, no? From time to time na uh, YouTube live, ayan, no? So for the webinars, etc. And ayan, meron tayong mga training, no? Guys, hindi lang tayo technical training, no? Meron na rin tayong soft skills. And you know that soft skills are one of the drivers for your career success nowadays. No? So for that, we want to present to you the Empowered Presentation Skills Master Class. So this will be from November 28th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Guys, limited slots only, and we can only offer 50% discount for the first 100 participants. And we're having the Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt Certification Program. It will run tomorrow. Okay, pwede pa kayo humabol tonight. Yan, that's from November 7 to November 28, 2020. Ayan, so that's Saturday live classes from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. plus the e-learning. And ayan. And we have the Lean Six Sigma certification program for Green Belt. Okay, so it will run from November 14 to December 13. So this is your last chance to avail the Green Belt for this year, right? So based on forecast ng data, okay, this is the best time, no? 2020 is the best time to upgrade your career. Kasi next year, you have your a very rough competition when the pandemic stops. So kindly grab your seats right now for the Green Belt Certification Program. So it's Saturday and Sunday classes from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. So plus the e-learning, and ito yung pinakamaganda, unlimited coaching hours from our very own Sir Felix and the Alpha team. Ayan. And our very own trademark certification program for those who are into the Kaizen or to the continuous improvement. We have the Alpha Certified Kaizen Professional. It will run starting tomorrow.
Ay,
And,
sorry.
sorry.
Pangat, ano siya, na-move.
Na-move pala,
21
na-move.
to 28. 21, sorry. 21 and 28.
Ayan, so this will be from November 21 to 20 and 28. Yan, 2 days siya. Okay, salamat Sir Lex. Guys, ito yung kayo yung maging first batch ng ng Kaizen Professional, no? So for those who are in the CI part. And for those who want to be our partner, our ambassador, just send us a PM from Ask Page Academy Facebook page para we can have our partnership. Ayan, no? And here, there you go. This is your link for your this is the, sorry, nagkamali pala. Wait. Here's the link for your, i-paste ko na lang sa YouTube. Nasaan na yun? I-paste ko lang, wait. Ayan. From the team YouTube, here's the link for your, ayan, i-pin message ko. And for the team Zoom, ayan, ito ang ating link. Ayan. Okay na pala. Okay na siya as is. Ayan. Okay. So, kindly send us an evaluation, and after that, we'll just process your certificate. So, may mga utap pa kami certificate sa inyo. And for that, maraming salamat for staying with us until tonight. And abangan nyo for the next week topics. At Monday, meron tayong session with Coach Rai. Tama ba, Sir Lex? Ano ba tawag kayo? Ano?
Yes. We're starting a new show at our page. It's called Life Hacks by Coach Rai. So he will be sharing tips and techniques about productivity in the office and in your workplaces. So on his pilot episode, he will be sharing about how to manage your time wisely. That's gonna be running 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So watch out for the
and Wednesday, usapang Sir Joe tayo by Wednesday, and Friday, Alpha TV. So, for that, maraming salamat po again. So, let's continue to become #significantly better together. That's all. Maraming salamat po.
Salamat.
So, Jojo and Felix signing out.